Hello everyone, welcome to my craft room. It's Rhoda. I have a flip through for you today, but first we're going to do the sneaky peek, and I've still got a few pages left here in my December daily journal. I think this is the next page. Yeah, this is one of my favorites too. I loved it. It's a fireplace pocket, and what I did is I made me a fireplace, and then I put me some stockings and some uh, trailing trimmings, whatever you call that. And this I had from May made it, but it comes out and see. I just kind of made it with those dewdrops, and I was pulling up and made a fire with it. I had another idea, but that thing did not work out. But I even, wrote on the back of it, and I got a picture of my in-laws here and their little Christmas tree where we went up on Christmas Day. And then that slides right back down in there, and it shows through that hole. And then on the other side, I used the words stockings hung and Merry Christmas. Somebody sent me this die cut, and I went over it real lightly with some gold, so it's got like a gold embossed look to it. So that's all I did there. And then I just put some little stray tags in it. That's all. Just to carry the pink theme all the way through. And I could write on that if I wanted to. Now, I think there's something in here. Yep. There are a couple Christmas cards. Or that was from my dad. Poor thing. He has trouble writing anymore. But I wanted to keep, things like this. Because, time is of the essence. But I like to thank everybody for coming to visit and for joining me today to get some ideas and inspiration. Now this right here, this is Tree Line, a die cut by Tim Holtz. And I use it for quite a few things. Anyway, so there's our sneaky peek. And our item up today is this. And what I was going to show you, this is the item that is made out of envelopes. These envelopes in particular, I got them for my Christmas in July, the Crafty Christmas in July, and it had 50 envelopes in it. And I can't remember how many I used for my project. A dozen? I think I used a dozen. This one is a baker's dozen. I used 13 for this one. But this is it. This is how big they are. They're like a 5 3/4 by 8 3/4. They're a really nice size. And I like this type of a mouth instead of the V-shaped thing, because you can do so much more with it. So they didn't cost much. What did I write on there? They were like $8.48. So you could do quite a few journals with $8.48 here. This one turned out better than I thought it would. Well, I've got a embossed piece on the front here. I sprayed it first, and then I embossed it twice with the folder. And then, I went and put this tie on, and these are from Hobby Lobby. Paper Studio. Got them for $1.74. I guess they were getting rid of black and gray. I don't know. I'm always looking for the deal. So anyhow, I put that on first and glued it on the front, and I glued it on the back. Then I put my back page on. Then, first I did my piece here to hide. It was a little off. It's it's a little more front heavy than back heavy. I don't know how to describe that. So anyway, I put that on there to hide all that. Then I put my back paper on, and then I started on the front paper. And I really like how it worked out. This is an idea by Marley's. I'm a fan of hers, or a subscriber on her YouTube channel. But she's from the Netherlands, and she does some beautiful work. A lot of Tim Holtzy kind of stuff, which is my favorite. Whoop, I got my sticky note in here. But anyhow, it was just a piece of material. I had some more of that old fish net that was out on the deck. I have a little piece of I think it was pajamas or something at one time. And a piece of some kind of a white that had sort of a honeybee comb look to it. And then I had these die cut pieces that were negatives out of a die cut. I have some of that skeletal lace, which you can't hardly see it. And then I had this piece of ripped lace down here. I tucked this up underneath of it because I thought it looked kind of bare. It's just a piece of Tim Holtz ephemera. And I had a piece of burlap under here. You can't even see the burlap. It's under there though. And then I had this piece that I bought recently. I have a little bit of cheesecloth. You see it in certain places, like right there a little bit. But and I had a bee from Tim Holtz. I even did a little stamp here. That's a film strip, but you know. And if you see something on his face, that's a piece of bronze tulle, like birdseed netting or whatever you want to call it, because he's supposed to be the beekeeper. And that's his headgear that he has on to protect himself. Okay, let's get into it. I've been rambling on too long. All right, so the little black tie, you can make a perfect bow with it. And it's kind of grungy. I mean, it'll keep getting grungier, which is great. Now, I'm going to link my previous video, the construction one, here at the end so you can see it and see how I did this. This is a little piece I made from a envelope. It's like the window part of the envelope. And then I just put all these little things. I put the bee picture inside of it and just little pieces around the outside. Just scrap on the back, that kind of thing. And then I did an eyelet, and I think I got it on there backward, but it hangs right. There's a key and there's a bee on it. So this is a French fry pocket. I don't know if you've ever seen one, but this is the way I make my French fry pockets. And I've got a video on this about using containers of fast food containers or something. So that just goes right in there. I've got also, there's pockets on every one of these, except for this one. This one is like, I've got two in the same orientation here. Now this is just in the pocket here. It could be bigger. I could make it even larger. I just was using scraps. And I think you can write on this one, and you can write on this one. But I found this really old from 1930s about catching a swarm of bees. A large swarm of bees which came over was brought down by Mrs. L.W. Green of Webbville by beating on a bucket. An empty hive was near, and now there is a full swarm of bees. Bees went directly into the empty hive and are seen busily at work. I don't think my husband had it that easy. He's a beekeeper too. But he usually puts an empty bucket under them and knocks them out of the tree. Now this is a piece that's just like on the back. I just used the other half of it. This is just something I made long ago with scraps. And this is from Stamperia, and I liked it because it had a bee on it. I've got one more in here, and I just made it like a little tuck up there. And then you can turn it, and we have this. Now I saw, and I got this idea from, now it's still went out in my head. But anyhow, she did this on her page. I'm trying to think what her name is. Alright, pink monarch prints. I had to think about it. Anyhow, it finally came to me. This is a piece of file folder. This here. And I had some extra ones, and I've been trying to figure out ways to use them up, and this is one of them. This is some papers that I got, like I had my porch prints and a few other digital kits that I've printed off in the past because I've done bee journals. And this has a little bit of that, it's a distress glaze. It's not the distress powder, it's a glaze. So I wanted to be able to see through it. So that's what I did there. I also cut me a hole and made put a piece of, it wasn't acetate, but it was close to it. It was old packaging, like where you pull the stickers off of a backing. That's what I did. And actually I used the part of the file folder that had the tab on it, and I had this royal, like for royal jelly. And then you go in here and you've got a really big tag. And I made this a while back. It was from one of those other digitals that I had, but I love the queen bee. So then I had made a piece of masterboard that had all this bee stuff on it, and that's what I did there. Now I didn't utilize this pocket, which there's still a pocket back here. It's just kind of cut short by this tag, but I thought, well, you know, that's okay. You can still use both areas. You can maybe tuck it in there and have a little secret hiding spot. And there's a lot of those here. Now see that rests right there. You might want to see if you've got him in frame, and he's perfectly in frame. Okay. Now over here I have this is full of a lot of little pieces that I've loved for so long and just haven't wanted to let go of. And I said, I gotta let go of them. I gotta let go. All right. This is what they call a matchbook. Notebook, I guess. This is from one of the sticker pads. It's of Nature's Magic art. These bees are actually from a Mente book. I think it wasn't insects, was it? May have been insects. But I did a little die cut here to frame it, but there's nothing in it. And then I did stamping here with gold embossing. I did stamping also with that. And I can't remember if I actually, I may have flicked it with, I'm not usually a splatterer, but I must have splattered that. And the little bees are on this piece of vellum. And then it's got just things like that inside, just scrap. And then what you do is you will glue these two little corners right down here, and that's it. And then you're able to slide that right back in there. It slides in and stays there. It's just like a matchbook. It's so cute. Scrapbooking with me. That's who I've learned a lot of stuff from. Now this is from one of my bee kits. I just got a couple of those type of pockets and put in here. We have this pocket, and I have not anything in it, but I made that for a challenge. And I said, well, yeah, let me just put it in here. That's about the only place it would fit too, because it's kind of on the wider side. Now, when you get to secret journaling, this is where it's at. I see this page and this page. I've got this tab on it, and it's right up inside of it. But about 5 of them have secret pockets that go down inside. And that's exactly where these little guys are. They got a blank back, so you're able to write, put pictures, whatever you'd like to on the back of them. I thought that turned out so good. This here has, like I said, I could have made that bigger. I was just using scraps up. And here's a pocket here. This is just a piece that I had done a big masterboard, and I shrunk that down and had that in my little baggie to use in this journal. This is another little guy that I made, and I've been hanging on to him. These are like 5, 6, or 7 different kind of little die cuts, and they make a big stacked image, and I love the way that worked out. I put a little mini paper clip here with a few little beads on it. I put actually little tiny brads on it. I went all out. Here's another one of my favorite pieces, and another one of those pockets from a masterboard. This is my little specimen card, and you can't see this. I might have to make some of these, but anyway, I saw somebody do it, and I made it a different way, which I thought worked better. Anyhow, it's just a little specimen piece. We have our tag that goes inside. It's got "Celebrate like you're the queen." And then that goes in here, and that goes in my pocket. This is just a piece of scrap, just to put it in here to have something. That's another Stamperia piece with a bee on it. And this is another pocket that I didn't put anything in. I've got quite a few pockets in here I don't have anything in. But I decided to make this a tuck up here, and it's like a double tuck. So there we go. We also have another big old card inside here. I think there's 4 of them that's exactly the same. They've got this candy cane stripe kind of look to them, and the one in the middle is the only different one. Now it's easier Yeah, when it's not laying down flat, when it's up straight or whatever, that's the best way to get it out. Now this is my piece. I've also got this as a video. I think I called it a double tag belly band or something, but it works better if you cut it in half. I tried to do it where it was one piece and it went straight across, but it never works out. It always bunches or something. So anyhow, I've got these little scrap pieces in here for you to write on, and they're on both sides. And the one on this side has a you're the bee's knees, but that one is like a little tuck. It's only glued at the bottom edge, so you're able to do that with it and keep it from sliding all the way down. In case you'd rather put something really large in here, that would work. That would work good. Now, I don't think you see them, but there's the way this worked. This still has the large pockets in here, but you can't access the whole pocket, so I made it to where it has 4 tags in the two on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I thought that worked out pretty neat. Now you can also get in here and cut you a little hole here and have dangles. It's just whatever you'd rather do. So 1, 2, 3. This is the one that's different. So this one has flowers on it, and I thought that would work perfectly, having to do with bees. And I only have a few little flower things inside. I'm going to have to pick that up and do it. Okay. I could have cut these down a little bit more to make them easier, but I wanted to have a lot of room to write. There we go. And then here is one of my digitals, and I just kind of fussy cutty kind of thing that on there to give it an image. And then we've got the this is the bottom part of the thing back here that actually went down here. So I just utilized it, and then I have like a green on the back, but I have it as a little stopper. Here's another one of my favorite pieces, and this one is like another type of a specimen pocket, and it's made out of a piece of book page. So I stamped on it. I put some splatters on it, and pieces from Tim Holtz, and there's another bee like what's on the front. So yeah, another one of those little fun pieces. So I made me an acetate window so you can see him, and he goes right in there. Now this, I did put something in it, and this is like Beekeeping 101. I just kind of did a Mod Podge on the background there just so it was covered up. And this is just a little informing thing for the person that gets this if they want to read about bees. And these two are the same candy stripe, the next 2 big tags that's inside, so I won't pull them out. Now this one is part of that one same kit, which that's the tag I showed you earlier. I love this piece. And then I had this, which I fussy cut this out and put it over top of this brownish piece. But these are 2 I didn't even fill, but there's 2 big old large areas there for something. Another one of my masterboard pieces, and then we have and this is an actual tag that I've cut from a masterboard, and I just did a bunch of strips, and then I decorated it up with different things that I had. So that's all I did there. And as you can see, all along the way, I had left at my last video on the construction on showing you how to fill in these pages and stuff. So when you had all that done, man, the rest of it's decorating. That's always my favorite part. Now this last piece on the back cover had the flap. I left the flap. I did put a piece of washi right there because this is going to open and close. So that would give it a little more strength. And it's underneath of these 2 pieces here, so it's glued in really nicely. This also is a pocket because that's part of the envelope. I have a pocket here and I have a pocket here. So this thing is full of pockets. So you can put so many journal cards in here. You can also write in here if you would rather. That's sort of a weird background. It's got like a texture on it. But you could write on things in here, or you could write on tons of different cards and such. and just fill this thing up. You can decorate it nicely and then just hide away all of your secrets. So I hope you liked that and got a lot of ideas from it. I've got my Wild West train all cut out and I've got it organized here. I'm starting to figure out what pieces I want to put where. So I'm getting along with that. And I'll be having a couple videos on some items I want to put in there. So I hope everybody had a great day and they got a lot of ideas from this and figured out where I was going and how it came out, and give it a try. I mean, use up some other size envelopes. They don't have to be the ones I use. But everybody have a great, great day. I thank all my subscribers and watchers and viewers. And everybody, I hope you've been well and having a great summer. Is almost over in my neck of the woods, it seems like. So everybody get out there. Have a little sunshine. Bye-bye.